Namaste. Today I'm going to read Volume 3, Book 4, KotiRudra Samhita, Chapter 9, The Attainment of Good Goal by the Outcast Women in the Shiva Puran. The sages said, O Sutta, O fortunate Sutta, you are blessed, you are the most excellent among the devotees of Shiva. O Holy Lord, please narrate the story of the outcast woman you just referred to. Sutta said, O Brahmins, listen with great devotion to that wonderful story, illustrative of Shiva's power. It enhances the devotional feelings of the listeners. The outcast woman was a Brahmin girl in her previous birth. She was named Somini. She was endowed with all characteristic signs. Her face was bright like the moon. O Brahmins, that youthful maiden, Somini, was married to a certain Brahmin boy duly by her father. After getting a husband, O great Brahmins, she, in her fresh, blooming youth, indulged in sexual dalliance with him and maintained her auspicious rights. O Brahmins, then her youthful husband, the Brahmin boy, became distressed with a great ailment due to the misfortune of Somini. He died. When the husband passed away, the woman was much distressed, dejected, and despondent. For some time, she maintained her pure conduct. She remained in the house, a well-behaved lady. Thereafter, though a widow, her heart became defiled by lustful feelings because she was still in her prime of youth. She then transgressed the limits of decency. Coming to know of her misdeeds defiling the family, her kinsmen gathered together, caught hold of her hair, took her far off, and abandoned her. A leading Sudra saw her roaming about in the forest, took her to his house, and made her his wife. She then became very fond of sexual intercourse, began to take in meat and indulge in drinking wine. She bore that Sudra a daughter too. Once, while the husband had gone somewhere, Somini, the erring woman, drank wine and badly wanted meat. In her cattle shed outside, goats and sheep had been tethered along with cows. It was dusk when nothing could be visible due to darkness. She then took a sword and went out, inebriated. That she was. The foul woman, fond of flesh diet, killed a calf, taking it to be a goat without much consideration. After taking it within, she realized that it was a calf. The terrified woman blurted out, Shiva, Shiva, thanks to some previous merit. She meditated on Shiva for a short while, but the desire for meat overwhelmed her. She minced the meat of the calf and ate it up with great relish. O Brahmins, when a long time elapsed thus, Somini died and went to Yama's abode. Yama went through her antecedents, and taking into consideration her merits and demerits, he sent her back from hell to be born in an outcast family. Fallen from Yama city, she was born as a congenitally blind girl. Out of the womb of a Chandala woman, her complexion was as dark as the dying embers. She was born blind. Even during her infancy, her father and mother died. She was not married to anyone. She became infected with leprosy and was utterly defiled. Emaciated and distressed, with hunger, blind, and moving about with a staff in her hand, she somehow subdued her gastric fire by the leavings of food of the Chandalas nearby. With great difficulty and sufferings, she passed the major portion of her life. When Old age affected her limbs, she was subjected to unending grief and distress. Once she came to know of travelers going to visit Mahabala and Gokarna on the Shiva festival day. Then, prompted by a desire for clothes and meals, she walked slowly to beg for the general public. To beg of the general public. She moved about here and there, begging of the people, imploring them with piteous words and outstretched hands after arriving at that place. In the outstretched hands of the supplant woman, a virtuous traveler hurled a bunch of bilva leaves. When that bunch fell into her hands, she felt it again and again, and realizing that it was not edible, she cast it off dejectedly. That bunch of bilva leaves, cast off from her hands during the night, fortunately fell on the top of a Shiva's phallic image. Thus, on the Shiva Chaturdasi night, though she begged of the travelers again and again, she did not get anything through the intercession of faith. Thus, unwittingly, she observed the rites of Shiva Chaturdasi, and kept awake during the night, and obtained great bliss. Then, in the next morning, overcome with great grief, the dejected woman returned to her native place, alone slowly, exhausted by long starvation, and faltering and staggering at every step. She somehow covered the long distance, but fell down unconscious. Seated in an aerial chariot, brought immediately by Shiva's gunners, thanks to Shiva's mercy, she went to Shiva's region. O Brahmins, since at the outset the unchaste woman had cried out Shiva's name unwittingly, she acquired a great merit, whereby she reached the divine abode of Mahabala. At Gokarna, on Shiva's Tirthi, during the night, she had kept awake and observed fast. She had performed the worship of Shiva's image with Bilva bunch. That was the fruit of a meritorious action performed unconsciously. She was liberated thanks to the grace of Mahabala. Thus is the great image of Mahabala, destructive of sins and the bestower of the highest bliss, instantaneously. O Brahmins, thus the greatness of the excellent Shiva image, Mahabala, has been mentioned to you by me. I shall now mention another wonderful glory of the same. By merely listening to it, the devotion for Shiva is generated. Footnotes. And there are no footnotes in this chapter. Hari Om Tat Sat.